on. I saw a little bit of this happening last night as it was unfolding in real time. The athletes picking sides, leaving East versus West, and then finally, ultimately, Engen himself acknowledging the situation in his little flower shop video. If you haven't seen that already, just look up Engen Terzi, the flower shop that I owned. And right now, you can see on my TV, I'm watching the live stream that Henry put up with a lot of people, with mainly Dexter Tan. He also invited Roman. So far, right now, I'm at the part where he's talking to Coach Ray, and I'm hearing a lot. Hey, what's up, guys? Tuning in right now. Just woke up a couple of minutes ago and watching everything unfold. I've been watching in 2x speed the live stream put up by Henry right here in my living room. Right now, it's the part where Coach Ray is on.
That's exactly what we'll be doing forward.
Just listening to what Dexter and Coach Ray are talking about. But first and foremost, I really want to tell everyone who's going around making declarations online, making statements online, to just put a pause on that for a second, because us as the audience, as the arm wrestling fans, the arm wrestling community, we probably don't know half of what is going on behind the scenes just yet. You know, we are not privy to any of the private information that has or have been shared between the key East versus West or EVW sports stakeholders, namely, you know, Engen, Robert, Adam, Dexter, anyone who is on the team or used to be on the team at least, because as far as I know now, Engen Terzi has left, as well as Roman. And if you look at the East vs. West website, their team used to comprise of Engen, Robert, Dexter at the top, plus a couple of employees, Roman being one of them. But right now, he's publicly said that he has left EVW Sports with Engen, along with quite a number of Eastern athletes. If you go on their Instagram pages, Facebook pages, on Reddit, you'll see some of the names: Sergey Korolenchenko, Oleg Petrenko, many more starting to pop out. I saw it start last night right before I went to sleep. I thought it was just something that was going to blow over, but this morning, waking up to see even more athletes leaving, and Engen probably going to start his own league. Which, watching this video with Dexter, I'm not sure how he's going to do, because there's apparently a non-compete clause with Engen and with a number of the athletes. Not all of them, probably only the highest paid athletes, the ones that bring the most pay-per-views, the most eyes to the sport. But whatever the case may be, this is a very sad thing to see happen, coming from a fan of the sport, coming from someone who spent the past 15 years very highly invested into the sport, into growing it in my own way with this channel, with you guys, and seeing them talk about, you know, splitting up. It really brings back bad memories of you know, back in like 2019, even 2018, late 2018, early 2019, with the whole PAL nonsense with contracts and stuff. Sorry for the sound. So yeah, on Henry's channel, if you haven't already, go check out the live stream. It's like 7 hours long. I'm still about a quarter of the way through it. And right now they're talking about Coach Ray, and the reason why Coach Ray was kicked out of, or so to speak, kicked out. He was never really an official employee, but apparently there were a lot of things going behind the scenes. And according to Dexter Tan, a lot of the stuff had to do with the way Engin was managing things. And if you want to hear Engin's side of the story, you can follow Engin on his socials as well, his Facebook, his YouTube. I'm very sure he's going to be releasing the full story of what what his side of the story is. But yeah, very sad to see that there's been a butting of heads with the higher ups at EVW Sports. I'm sure as fans, none of us wanted to see this happen. But I guess the writing was on the wall for a while now. And today or last night was the straw that broke the camel's back, I guess. But I really the main thing that I wanted to say in this little live stream is that don't jump to conclusions just yet. I'm sure there's going to be a lot more that we're going to hear about in the coming days. And it's really going to illuminate our understanding of what's going to happen. Hey, what's up? Levan versus Vitali? Maybe. But I know Engin has announced that a couple of matches that are going to be coming up for next event. But in all honesty, it doesn't look like it's going to be happening. A lot of them, for example, Vitali, he's not going to be able to get a visa in time or at all. And since now the next East versus West has been moved to America, kind of complicates things. So yeah, never really wanted to see this happen. But knowing the type of person that Engin is, knowing who Robert and Dexter are, this was bound to happen. Some sort of friction was bound to happen eventually. Didn't really expect that it would happen this way and so suddenly. But I'm sure it's been building up for some time now. According to Dexter, Engin had already left East versus West a week ago. So right now, officially, he has nothing to do with East versus West. But I really do hope we come out of this better. I don't know how it's going to happen, but I really, as an arm wrestling fan, hope that this isn't the quote-unquote end of arm wrestling as I have on my thumbnail or on my title. I don't know what I'm going to call it yet, but terrible news. At least over here in Southeast Asia, I've got some good news for myself. Going to be going up against the Vietnamese champion Dung Duc in 2 weeks. Really happy to have that opportunity to show my stuff again. River Peak, what's up? Yeah, I just wanted to do this live. I wanted to do this pretty raw, unfiltered, uncensored, just letting my stream of consciousness flow out as I'm experiencing what's going on with the arm wrestling scene in real time. Yeah, still watching the video with Henry, Dexter, and I'm like scrubbing through, and it goes on for like 7 hours. He's invited Neil on. He's invited Engin on, Roman again. I think Devin at some point towards the end. And yeah, highly recommend you go check out this live stream. I'm watching it in 2x speed. I'm gonna get back to watching this right after I turn off this live stream, but I just wanted to get out my initial thoughts on the matter. Right now, I'm not really taking any sides per se. The only side I'm taking of is the arm wrestlers. I want the arm wrestlers to still be taken care of, to still have the opportunity to perform as athletes, to do what they love doing. And I still want to wait for more information to come out. So guys, do not jump to any conclusions just yet before we get the full information of things. These types of situations is very, very easy to speak from emotion, to jump to the first thing that's going to come to our mind, and that's usually not the wisest thing to do. It's best to sit back, maybe wait a few days, wait a week for things to unfold, and we can see things with a level head. Just right a couple of minutes before this part of the live stream, war between Engin and who? Engin and the other owners, or rather, I should say the two owners. The owner of Eastside West, which is Robert, and the COO, which is Dexter Tan. For those of you guys who don't know, Engin, after selling off Eastside West, like last year, I think, he was no longer an owner or even a part owner of Eastside West. So, I know many people, especially myself, had the impression that it was like a three-way split, right? Like Engin had 33%, Robert had 33%, Dexter had 33%, but no, that was not the situation at all. It would seem that Robert had bought out Eastside West in its entirety. So he bought out 100% of the shares, and effectively Engin was an employee at that point. And much of this friction came about because of the way that they disagreed with each other's way of running EVW sports. You know, Engin had his own way, Robert and Dexter had their own way, and now we're seeing the culmination of that, of those many months of disagreements, and eventually leading to this split right now, which is very, very ugly. None of us as viewers wanted to see it. I know many of you probably have questions about it. You can watch the live stream by Henry. You can check out Henry Naring's channel. He's talking to Dexter, talking to a lot of people, them giving up their firsthand opinions on things, so they would probably know much better. Engin said that he exclusive rights in the contract for the making of 5 matchups. Yeah. So I think in the contract it does say that Engin has the right to, you know, be in charge of that aspect of arm wrestling, you know, the arm wrestling aspect. But according to Dexter, he was trying to do more than that. You know, he was trying to control the social media aspect, censoring things like that. They weren't happy with it. Engin wasn't happy with them, disagreeing with him. A lot of back and forth. So really terrible situation. But right now, I'm just gonna go continue watching the video, get a better picture of things. Not video, it's a live stream by Henry, like 7+ hours. Get a better idea of things before I make an informed opinion, like an official informed opinion. What's your take? Who's in the wrong? Engin, Dexter, Robert, etc. Are you neutral at the moment? So Profik, right now I'm trying to be neutral. I've only watched a quarter of the live stream with Dexter and Coach Ray and Henry and a couple of other people. And I've seen that flower shop video by Engin. Right now, I think probably there have been a lot of disagreements, and most of you guys know, like, Engin can be quite a volatile person to work with. I don't think this is something that is, you know, that both sides are necessarily like it's not something personal. I don't think. I think this is purely a business thing. I think Robert and Dexter, first and foremost, are businessmen, and Engin, first and foremost, is an arm wrestler or an arm wrestling enthusiast. And those two things don't always line up, so to speak. You know, having a business mindset means that you're always, first and foremost, looking at numbers, looking at profits, looking at how we can keep the business afloat and alive and sustainable. Being an arm wrestler, or an arm wrestling purist like Engin is, means he's focusing on other things. Means that he's prioritizing the athletes, he's prioritizing the matches that people want to see, and sometimes the business aspect and the fan aspect don't really align because of whatever reasons that may be. Andreas says that, the chat closed up for me. Let's not forget a majority of the Eastern athletes sided with Engin, so the problem must have been existing in the background for a very long time. Yes, exactly. So I don't think they would have just because of what happened last night, just on a dime, decided to just leave. So must have been something that has been brewing for a long time. And I think at the heart of it, a lot of it must have been a bunch of miscommunication, especially, language-wise, culture-wise, the way that the Western guys like Robert and Dexter handle things might be very, very different from the way that the Eastern guys are expecting business to be handled. Maybe the things that they value are different. So we really, really want to wait and see both sides of things, because if this was really like black and white, I think more athletes would have been speaking out by now about this, But I'm seeing guys like Devin still not really saying much. He's saying, okay, stay united, hashtag East vs West sports, things like that. Not really saying much yet. So I'm sure that there's going to be a lot more behind the scenes that we have not heard of yet. But yeah, that's my stance right now. I'm really trying to be neutral at the moment. Don't want to take sides just yet. But it's increasingly looking to me, this is just my opinion, looking to me that it has just been a very, very, a bunch of very bad business-based decisions behind the scenes, stemmed from inability to agree on things between Engin and Robert and Dexter, because they have very, very different ways of wanting to run EVW sports. And it's hard, it's hard when there's too many cooks in the kitchen. Yeah, but that's all I really want to say for now, guys. Really, really bummed out about what's happening, but I encourage you to go join me in watching Henry's live stream, just so we can get a better picture of things. Yeah, Dexter tried to play out saying Henry told athletes quit. We have no evidence. We'll see how this goes. Yep. So a lot of he said, she said kind of things going right now. So want to get a better picture of things first. Early morning, gonna get breakfast and then continue watching the live stream. Thanks for tuning in, guys, wherever you are. Catch you guys in the next one.